This movie was decent. It has its moments. I only watched it because it had Daniel Radcliffe and Dane DeHaan, and I do like them as actors. Of course, I like Dane DeHaan and his amazing performance and Amazing Spider-Man 2, in my opinion. A lot of people don't like that movie, but it's honestly one of my favorite movies. And Daniel Radcliffe is obviously pretty decent Harry Potter. I've seen him in other things that I can't think of off the top of my head. There's that one movie where he had horns, and there's that one movie where he had guns like attached to his hands, and there's other movies I've seen. He's always been a really good actor, so seeing them two together, really wanted to watch this movie. It was disappointing, but it was still really good. This movie follows Daniel Radcliffe being a kind of closeted gay guy, and Dane DeHaan being a gay guy that doesn't want to admit he's gay. So, it leads to a lot of crazy things. We also have some minor characters, like Elizabeth Olsen is the wife of one of their friends. And the dude from Alvin and the Chipmunks that played the villain, Ian Hawke or whatever, is in this movie as Daniel Radcliffe's dad. There's a lot of popular actors in this movie. The dad eventually sends his kinda crazy mom away, and then not too long after we see him with another girl. So Daniel's like, that's why you sent her away. He gets slapped. And then I'm pretty sure we never see him again. Not after exactly that scene, but there's like a follow-up scene of him arguing with him, like right after he gets slapped. And then I think we never see him again. But it follows a kind of toxic relationship with Daniel and Dane being like these really good friends, but as soon as Daniel kisses Dane, Dane pushes him away. He tries to go to the army, but in an earlier scene, Daniel had told Dane's ex-boyfriend where he was, which leads to a fight and Dane killing him. This is actually based on a true story. He only got like 18 months in prison, and Daniel's character is actually a really famous poet, which was used throughout the movie. And apparently, Dane's character, Lou, did not like that he wrote about him and told him to keep his name out of new projects. It's a very crazy story, to say the least. I do want to talk about one thing. Since this is a true story, there's not really too much to talk about or criticize. Unless you want to dig deep into like the actual story just to criticize the movie. But I did think this part was funny. They have like this scene that is intercut with Daniel Radcliffe's character pleasuring himself. And his roommate comes in. But they have it intercut, so you still think he's pleasuring himself. But it turns out he's not. So it shows the roommate walk in, and he's like, what are you doing? But then we see that Daniel's not pleasuring himself anymore. He's like moving his feet up and down, and he's kind of like upside down. Like, you know, your head's supposed to be on a pillow. Well, his head is on the other side of the pillow. His feet are where his head should be on the pillows. And he's just, going up and down with his legs. And he asks him what he's doing, and he's going, I'm writing. Funnily enough, that's the last scene we see the roommate in. Just for one last gag, and then we never see him in the movie again. But I do think it's a decent movie, and it's worth the watch.